Good morning, children. Today I will start with the structure of uriniferous tubule. As I told you earlier in my second video that each kidney is made up of more than 1 million small unit like structures called kidney tubules, uriniferous tubules or nephrons. So all these nephrons together make up one kidney. Each nephron or each uriniferous tubule is a highly coiled structure. Can you see that? The brown color part is the structure of one nephron. Nephron or uriniferous tubule is the structural and functional unit of kidney. This nephron has one end is blind, that is, it does not open into any other structure, where its other end is open, which opens into the other structure called a long stem like structure. Can you see? This is collecting duct. Each uriniferous tubule has the following parts. The first part we'll study is Bowman's capsule. Now see this cup-like structure. It is a thin, double-walled, cup-like structure, and its wall is made up of only single epithelial cells. Can you see here this yellow color part? This part is called as Bowman's capsule, the first part of kidney tubule or uriniferous tubule. This part, the concavity, the hollow part of the cup, consists of network of blood capillaries, and this red part, the blood capillaries, is present in this part, and this knot-like mass of blood capillaries is called as glomerulus. Bowman's capsule, this upper yellow cup-like, hollow cup-like structure with this network of capillaries inside it together is called as Malpighian capsule or renal capsule. You can see in this diagram also, this brown colored part is a Bowman's capsule with a knot-like mass of very fine capillaries lodged inside it, that is glomerulus. So this glomerulus and this Bowman's capsule, they are together collectively called as Malpighian capsule or renal capsule. And we'll find that this Bowman's capsule is present in the cortex, this outer part, outer dark portion of the kidney, in the cortex region of the kidney. Then the second part of the nephron or uriniferous tubule is called as proximal or first convoluted tubule. Proximal means nearer. Convoluted means twisted. So this Bowman's capsule from its hollow side runs into the other part called as the tubular part. The tubular part of the kidney tubule, which is highly convoluted, wavy, near to the Bowman's capsule, this portion is called as the first convoluted tubular part, that is proximal convoluted tubule. Then this proximal convoluted tubule is also present in the cortex region of the kidney, the outer region of kidney. Then then comes the next tubular part. Thus, this convoluted tubular part runs into a U-shaped structure of uriniferous tubule. This U-shaped structure of uriniferous tubule is called as loop of Henle. This part runs, the proximal convoluted tubule runs downward, and this is the descending limb, that is, descending means falling down. Then this is a loop-like structure is formed of like a hairpin having a loop. Then its other limb, the other side, runs upward, and that part is called as ascending limb. So this U-shaped part, or the part which is similar to the hairpin, this whole structure is called as loop of Henle. This is the second part of the tubular part. So uriniferous tubule, the Bowman's capsule, then comes the tubular part. The proximal convoluted tubule, which runs into a U-shaped structure called loop of Henle. The loop of Henle then then again it changes into, on the upper side, becomes highly convoluted, means wavy part. And this is because it is a wavy part and it is far from Bowman's capsule. This part is called as distal convoluted tubule, or the second convoluted tubule, the tubular part which is convoluted or wavy at the second stage or second part. And because it is far from Bowman's capsule, so the word distal is given to it. Distal means distant. This distal convoluted tubule will open into a long duct-like structure called as collecting duct. Now we'll find the loop of Henle and the loop of Henle, this U-shaped part, and the collecting duct. They all lie in the medulla of the kidney. The medulla, which is the center, inner, lighter portion of the kidney. This part here, this loop of Henle and the collecting duct, for that reason the medulla has got this, you can see the medulla has got the striped appearance. Can you see these stripes? These stripes are loop of Henle and collecting duct together. Then you'll find the Bowman's capsule, the proximal convoluted tubule and the distal convoluted tubule, they all lie in the cortex region. Because of this, the cortex region is darker in color and dotted in appearance when seen in sectional view. The medulla is lighter in appearance and with no dotted appearance because it has a striped appearance, and these striped structures together are called as pyramids. Now, the open end of many nephrons, they open into whiter tube called collecting duct. This I have shown one nephron. This is a structure of one nephron, one uriniferous tubule opening into collecting duct. This is highly microscopic. So there are more than 1 million. So every nephron will open into the collecting duct. And collecting duct will collect all the content which is coming from the anterior end of the kidney tubule nephron to its lower distal convoluted part. Now the open end of many nephrons, they open into a wider tube called collecting duct which extend into the cortex to the medulla. They are present in the form of groups called pyramids. Collecting duct receives the contents of many kidney tubules and pours it as urine in the pelvis of the kidney. Pelvis, I will explain you. That is the broader upper portion of ureter is pelvis. That is the anterior funnel-shaped part of ureters. Now the blood vessels entering the kidneys. The kidneys are richly supplied with blood vessels, so they are highly vascular organs. Every minute about 1200 milliliter blood flows through them. Large branch of abdominal aorta. Now see the dorsal aorta moving, the aorta coming out of the heart carrying the oxygenated blood will run on the dorsal side of the body. That dorsal aorta, when comes down, forms the abdominal aorta. Lower portion of the body is called abdominal. In that region, that aorta will be named as abdominal aorta. From the abdominal aorta, the branch of blood vessel, artery will arise carrying oxygenated blood called renal artery. One renal artery will go into one kidney and the other renal artery will go into the other kidney. So the renal artery will carry the oxygenated blood, supplies oxygenated blood to each kidney. When this renal artery will reach inside the kidney, then the renal artery will break up into its branches. It will break up into its branches and it will rebranch several times and to form fine branches called as arterioles. So each such arteriole will enter into the Bowman's capsule. See this. The arteriole, which is the branch of renal artery, will enter into the Bowman's capsule. Similarly, the other branch will enter into the Bowman's capsule of the other kidney tubule. So the third branch, the other next branch will enter into the next kidney tubule, because there are more than 1 million of kidney tubules. So every branch, so many branches are formed and every branch will go inside the Bowman's capsule. And this arteriole, which is entering into the Bowman's capsule, is called as efferent arteriole, which is wider in diameter. This is the branch of renal artery. Once it will enter into the Bowman's capsule, it will break up into blood capillaries, fine blood capillaries. Threadwork of mask-like blood capillaries are formed. That region, that part of knot or cluster of blood capillaries called glomerulus. Then these blood capillaries will unite and reunite again to form a branch of arteriole again called as efferent arteriole, and all these capillaries will form one single branch called, in the name of efferent arteriole. It will move out of the Bowman's capsule. And this is the diameter. You will find it is narrow in diameter compared to the incoming arteriole, and this is outgoing arteriole. This efferent arteriole will run a short distance and will move out of the Bowman's capsule, will run only a short distance and then again break up into blood capillaries to surround the tubular part of the uriniferous tubule. These blood capillaries all will surround the proximal convoluted tubule, loop of Henle, distal convoluted tubule, and the capillaries formed at the second place is called as secondary blood capillaries or vasa recta. First place it was formed here to form glomerulus, and second place the capillaries from the arteriole, when it breaks up into capillaries, the second place which is formed, or at the second stage, these capillaries are called as secondary blood capillaries. These secondary blood capillaries will slowly unite and reunite to form small branches of veins called venule. Then so many venule, one venule from one uriniferous tubule, the other from the other uriniferous tubule, the third, they all will combine to form one main vein called renal vein, and this renal vein will carry the deoxygenated blood to the inferior vena cava of the heart, from where it is being poured into the right auricle of the heart. So this is how the blood, this is how the blood vessels, they are entering and how they are working in the kidneys. This you will read it and then you will come with the problems if you have any.